So you will be getting this particular link, hourly gainers. You should click on this link and you will be diverted to this page. So are you able to see the current hour, market stats and filter here? So do you see market stats and filter here? You need to click on filter. Click on filters. Just a minute. These guys are not letting me to just log in. They just expect me to log in every time. So anyways, so I shall teach you scanners on Monday. So today, let me discuss the power of the indicators. 10 simple moving average. I'll give you some points. Please note it down. Then I'll try to backtest. You just write down 10 SMA in bracket simple moving average. First point. Moving average is a mathematical average. Moving average is a mathematical average. Mathematical average of past candles close price. Moving average is a mathematical average of past candle close prices. Okay, so next point. 10 SMA means past 10 candles close price. Padma Charanji is saying no sound. Can others please confirm? Is that real? So are you guys not able to hear my voice? Sound is okay. Voice is clear, audible. Padmaji, can you please log out and log in? So I'll just repeat. 10 SMA means simple moving average, which is taking so whenever candles are below 10 SMA, when candles are below 10 SMA, then we are supposed to go for sell trades only. So Kalai Selviji, you are saying when candles are, the period has to be 10. Okay. So let me plot 10 SMA. How to plot? You need to go to studies, search moving average. Once you type moving, you'll get this moving average. You're supposed to select this moving average. The period, by default, it will be 50. You need to change it to 10. The type is simple. That's why it is called a simple moving average. The period has to be 10 and the type simple. The color, I try to keep it as L. Okay. So, is that clear? Period is 10. You don't have to change anything here. Change the color and the period as 10. That's it. By default, it is simple moving average. So, whenever candles are up, so whenever candles are above this 10 SMA, like this, what should be the sentiment in the stock according to the notes that you have taken? Will you go for a sell trade? So you are supposed to be very bullish. You should go for a buy trade. Okay. So you cannot go for a sell trade. Don't you think with a simple line, you're able to confirm that what is the present trend which is running in the market? At least you are not able to take wrong trades here. So half of your losses are reduced. Right? So we'll say, for example, if I delete this 10 SMA, then it is very much unclear what to do. You will be very scared. You will be very scared. It might come down or not. But as of now, with the help of moving average, you are able to confirm what is the present trend in the market. There is a famous saying in the market which says, trend is your friend and momentum is the king. Trend is your friend and momentum is the king. And this tennis is trying to help you with identifying the present trend in the market. Don't you think you should always play along with big players, or you should play along the footsteps of the market to become highly profitable? You cannot go against the market. If market is bullish, you're supposed to take buy trade. If market is bearish, you're supposed to take sell trades. You cannot go against the trend in the market. That's why you're supposed to align. So that's why you're supposed to align your trades according to the major trend in the markets. Okay. Now, so let us see a beautiful method where where did the actual trend start. So now tell me, we need to identify the first candle which is closing above 10 SMA. See here, don't you think the candles are below 10 SMA? So don't you think this is the candle which closed above 10 SMA with the body of green candle closing above 10 SMA in this particular candle? So don't you think this is the first candle which closed about 10 SMA, because previously all candles were below 10 SMA? Right. So the first candle which is closing about 10 SMA, first candle which is closing about 10 SMA is my reference. So let me circle the candle which is closing about 10 for the very first time. Is that clear? Are you guys clear? This is the first candle which closed about 10 SMA with the green body, because previous there are 4 to 5 candles which were below 10 SMA. Now, the thing is, this is my reference candle. I'll mark high and low of the candle. I'll mark high and low of the candle. So whenever high of the reference candle is breached, either by wick or body, you'll try to take a trade by keeping low of the candle as stop loss. So whenever you mark high and low of the reference candle, once high of the reference candle is breached, either by wick or by body, then you will be taking a buy trade, keeping my a stop loss below this candle. So once this high is breached, so don't you think there was a beautiful trade with hitting my stop loss? Don't you think this was a beautiful trade without hitting the stop loss? So 10 SMA is trying to give you beautiful trades. Okay, with proper risk reward. Okay, so let me take one more example. See, here also there were some candles which were closing below 10 SMA. After this, can I consider this as my reference candle? Because it closed above 10 SMA compared to the past 4 to 5 candles. So once again, I'll repeat the procedure. I'll mark high and low of this candle. So high of this candle was breached. High of this candle was breached here. And if I take it, so don't you think there was a beautiful trade with hitting my stop? So I'll show you more examples. Ravindraji, that's not possible in Zerodha. That's only in trading view. Okay, I have never used trading view in my life. I've been using Zerodha and I'm highly profitable. So the thing is, now can I consider this as my reference candle here, a green candle? Because previously you can see candles were below 10 SMA. So I'll mark high and low of this reference candle. Just look at the beauty of this candle. Because the reference candle is not allowing you to hit the stop loss, but it is trying to give you beautiful entries. This one, let's take Nifty. So here, this red candle closed below 10 SMA, so I can take this as my reference candle. So once the reference candle high is reached, there was a beautiful trade. This one. So I was able to capture 158 points using this method. This one. And my stop loss is not moving anywhere. Manteji never used exponential moving average because simple moving average is beautiful. 15 minutes. 15 minutes because we are talking about intraday. Time frame is always 15 minutes. Tejas, whatever indicators that I'm trying to teach you, see, my intraday setup is a universal setup. We are using the same setup for index, stocks, currency, and commodity. Tejas, so that way, if you master my setup, you don't need any other setup. Okay. Now, let us consider this example. Let us consider this example. Can I consider this as a reference candle? Because it closed above 10 SMA. Above 10 SMA. First time because the previous candles were below 10 SMA. So as soon as high this is breached, I go for a buy trade and my stop loss is not hit. Yes or no? See, this is a classic case of gap up. Initially, the candles were below 10 SMA. Okay, the candles were below 10 SMA. There is a gap up. So the same logic will apply for the gap up as well. So can I consider this candle as my reference candle because through gap up, it closed way above 10 SMA. So once high of the reference candle is breached, we'll go for a buy, keeping low of the candle as stop loss. 95% of the time your stop loss will not be hit. Only 5% due to volatility, your stop loss may be hit. Okay. Is that clear? You need to identify which is the reference candle which is closing above 10 SMA. That is your reference candle. Mark high and low of that reference candle. Once high is breached, go for a buy trade. Keep the low of the reference candle as stop loss. Now, let us see for a sell trade. Okay. So can I keep this candle as my reference candle? Because past few candles were about 10 SMA. So can I consider this as my reference candle which is closing below 10 SMA for the very first time? So whenever candle body is closing below 10 SMA, that is trying to tell you that the price is trying to fall below the mathematical average. Because as I've said, 10 SMA is a mathematical average. It is trying to take average of past 10 candles close price. So it is getting plotted here. So it's pure mathematics. And whenever the price is falling below the average, don't you think it's bearish according to the mathematics? So the candle closed below the average. That means the price is below the average, hence it's bearish. But we need some kind of a confirmation to take an entry. Candle below 10 SMA is more than enough to ascertain the trend is bearish. But I need confirmation, so I'm marking high end of my reference symbol. Once low is breached, I would have taken a sell trade, keeping high of reference candle as stop loss. So look at this 398 points. So don't you think if you identify such opportunities, don't you think whenever you get such kind of an opportunity where the smallest stop loss of and 48 points, you have captured 400 points approximately, right? Nazara, let me check Nara. Nazara. So in this case, see, first of all, don't you think there are too many wicks? There is no proper formation of candle in Nazara, Arunaji, worth for trading. These are volatile stocks. Why do you want to trade such kind of stocks when you have such beautiful stocks like Ashwin, sir? Look at this Ashwin. So can I consider this as my reference candle because this is the first candle which closed below 10 SMA, Arunaji? Why do you have to suffer trading wrong stocks when you have beautiful stocks to make lakhs of profits? Always confine yourself to Nifty 50 and Nifty 100. Don't go beyond that. Okay. I think Nazara comes under small cap and even it's a cash segment stock. So see, this is my candle which over 10 SMA for the first time. So obviously, according to my definition. Yes, Arunaj, tell me. Because initially, while learning any indicator, don't you think you should always take best case scenarios? I'll show you examples for stop loss getting hit later. But first of all, you're in a nascent stage. You're putting your basic informations. When Arunaj, you will see the strategy first. So now you need 10 SMA will try to give you an opportunity. We don't trade. And moreover, my PDH is some for me to take a buy trade, Arunaj. Was a gap up. There is a gap up. Market will try 75% of the time to close that gap. Do we have a gap closure here on the very same day? Candle to close below PDL. Then only we can make show you a lot of, but that was covered here. Okay. See, there was a gap up here. The very same day closed the gap. So this is a very important learning. Okay. See, there was a gap down here, and the very same continuing with a buy trade. This one. See, there was a gap down here. This see, there was a gap up here, and the gap was closed. Don't you think this? So, are you guys clear how to? Till what time? It's very difficult to say. 75% of the time it will be very immediate closure. Many a times it will take 1 week or 1 month. If you have continuous gap downs, okay, market will try to close that gap immediately. So this day there was a heavy gap down. So this gap was closed immediately. Any days. See here there was a gap down. There was a gap. You can understand markets beautifully this way. So there was a gap up, next day gap down. So this there was a gap up and there was a gap down to close this gap. There was a gap up and there was a gap down to close this. There was a gap up and once again there's a gap up. Yes or no? So this observation will help to decide what not to do. So let me get back to 15 minutes. See, whenever you have observation in binary, see, look at this candle which closed. See, I'm trying to show you the best case scenario to understand the indicator in the right way. Many a times your stop loss will be hit, but my stop loss hit conditions can be skipped using PDH and PDL strategy. And MACD and RSA will also try to skip it. So I would expect you guys to wait until all the indicators. But usually the sets are more powerful because everybody to reply. If you take the reference candle high as stop loss, is my stop loss hit? Don't you think this kind of determination is needed for every? If you get 1,500 points profit, I'm getting different figures from others. So 92,000 per month. And if you get the same 22,000 profit in a single go, so don't you think that's good enough and you trade every day? Just participate in trending market. No. So look at this retracement. There was a gap down, continuous gap down, some candle. So you can just observe 684 points profit. So what was the risk? Risk was around 175. So approximately 3 times return. So you need to wait for such kind of a trending days and make good profits. Single trade. I'm talking in terms of only one lot. 4 days per month and be happy with it. 1:3 risk reward ratio. 98 points or 100 points approximately. I'm ready to lose. I know if things go wrong after taking a profit should be bigger than your loss. See, look at this candle, this reference candle. Even if your stop loss is hit, the trending days profit, don't you think it will cover up your small losses? I guess getting my point because nobody is perfect. That you earned the previous day, hold your loss position, think 10,000 in a single day. to keep your losses small and losses very minimum and scale up your profits. And whenever you take your monthly P&L, don't you think that gives you some? So don't you think getting 10 points profit in Nifty 50 is very easy every day? Forget about 100 points, just 10 points every day. You will become a most profitable trader if you capture 10 points every day. Are you clear with me? Mohammed is saying if I book 0.5% target, I'll be in loss because I have to give more brokerage. So let us check that. So let us see that also. Say for example, this was the first candle on 3rd, and this was my PDH. So the first candle closed above PDH, 9:30 candle breached the high of the first candle, and candles are about NSM. So obviously it's bullish. Mohammed, are you with me? Because I'm taking this example just for you. So we took an entry here. So what is the high? 1962. Okay. See, let us assume your entry. Okay. So let me address one question at a time. It's a request. See, this is my client account. I'm handling this account from June. So don't you think getting this kind of accuracy, Arunaji, requires a lot of expertise and patience by doing intraday equity? Either you should make profit or skip trading. Do you see empty box here? There was no entry, so I skipped. So there was no entry, I skipped. There was a profit of 21,000 on a single day. There was a profit of 12,000. When there is no entry, this requires a lot of courage. This requires a lot of emotional control. Don't you think it's a matter of discipline to remain profitable every day? So that's why please allow me to explain certain things which you guys are not aware. Have you ever seen a P&L like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even a single loss since past 5 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the capital of 1 lakh, I'm able to generate 3 lakhs. So I've generated 300% return, 300% return in 5 months. Do you get 300% from the World Bank in a year? No. So it is only your hard work, it's your skill that is able to give you this kind of return. So now, Mohammed how to calculate 0.5% target? Divide your entry price by 200. Your entry price is 1962. Please divide, everybody please divide 1962 by 200. So what is the high? We are able to say you could have bought here and you could have sold here. This is a post-mortem analysis. So I'm not interested in post-mortem analysis. So am I able to get my target in 1 or 2 candles is the biggest question. Yes or no? So let's check Bajaj Finserv. See, this is a post-mortem analysis. If you had traded here, you have made money till here. This is not needed. Once you get an entry, according, see what is the entry low is 1566. Can you please say, for example, you've entered a sell trade at 1566. Please divide 1566 by 200. What is the target? 0.5%. 8 rupees is your target. Now subtract 1566 by 8. 1566. The 0.5% target as soon as we enter 58. Okay. I can trade 65 stocks in 20,000. Let's calculate how much money I'll make by capturing 0.5%. We sold at so it at 1558. Okay, with the quantity of 65. So don't you think I got 2% on my capital? See, 1% of 20,000 is 200 rupees. So 400 rupees is nothing but 2% on the capital. Brokerage and charges, where is more? Start trading with 5,000 rupees. And if you capture 0.5%, that is nothing but 2%. Okay, and you will capture 0.5%. And that's do that for 2 years mechanically. Focused on net, you're able to generate intraday equity. If you do this, what is your risk? Don't you think many a time shopping or eating outside for a month were even on money control? That is the power of compounding, and that is the power of discipline. You don't have to capture the entire move of the stock. That is called as this is beautifully explained in a book called as Atomic Habit. Please read that book. A small habit regularly done together, it will give you great return. Look at the percent, and don't you think identifying one stock per day, capturing 0.5% is achievable? Forest, wait for the right opportunity. So see, or a gray candle, no. Emotions are like binary, 1 or 0. There is no middle path. So if you work really hard on the basis whatever I'm trying to, people come to you and tell you, sir, when I can do it, you can do it. When your own mentor is not accurate, then you cannot be accurate. And moreover, this is a dream of every trader, either to be in green or to have an empty box. Yes or no? Try to have green days every day. So please follow the person per annum. Okay. Equity. Because something like learning. So yes. So as of now, we have learned about NSMA. Simple understanding. If candles are below this NSMA, you should aim only for sell trade. Okay. So if candles are for intraday equity, focus only on around 92 crores. If you start swing investment with 10,000 rupees, and if you take 10% monthly in swing investment, if you replicate this, and if you make 2% daily, like intraday, and if you 7 digits, 1 crore. Okay. 2,68,26,000 crores. If you aim for sky, it will fall on a tree. You lose confidence. Yes or no? Such kind of a refreshment is needed. At least you're on the right path. At least if you work towards this goal, you will make it. Is that clear? So there are two channels of making money. One is intraday. Identify one stock per day, whether it's gainer or loser. Take 0.5% profit. Okay. Very high. And for a sell trade, can do 10 SMA from Monday onwards. Okay. So meanwhile, from Monday, you're gonna follow. Shruti that I'll teach you. Other indicators will be discussed from Monday because I want you to backtest 10 SMA first. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry to 10. Happy weekend.